Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano and a spoiler for where I went today. That's right, got me a new mug here. I love it. Got it from the Cincinnati Zoo. Got some things we need to discuss tonight, guys. A couple things. It's going to be kind of random. It's going to be all over the place. First thing I want to talk about. This is something I know has been going on for years, and some people have kind of talked about it off and on. Some people have left it in the comments, so I just wanted to talk about it here for just a minute. These pools, okay, that Walmart, I think Target sells them, I think Amazon. There's been a major recall on these pools for compression straps that go around the pool that can be dangerous for kids. It's like a grip to where a kid can get up on this compression strap and potentially get into the pool. Well, they finally put the kibosh on this, and I'm glad they have. I was kind of surprised to read that this was still going on, because I remember reading about this years ago. Okay, so it's all over the news. It's all over the news. I saw one on Fox Business. We're going to be reading from ABC News, their website here. 5 million above-ground pools recalled after 9 children deaths. I never even knew. I mean, I remember hearing about one years ago, but apparently it's been more. Now, this has been from 2007 to 2022, so I don't know if there's been any as of recent, but these are now on recall. ABC News goes on to say millions of above-ground pools sold at major retailers nationwide are being recalled following the deaths of 9 children, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Bestway, Intex is a very popular one, and Polygrip, along with the CPSC, announced the recall of approximately 5 million pools on July 21st, citing a drowning hazard. The CPSC said it believes there have been 9 deaths of children between 22 months old and 3 years old after the kids gained access to the pools through footholds, which are the compression straps that I was talking about, created by the pool's compression straps. The children's deaths occurred between 2007 and 2022 in California, Florida, Michigan, Missouri, Texas, and Wisconsin. The CPSC said it also knows of 3 additional incidents that unfolded in 2011 and 2012, where children who had access to pools had previously reported using the compression straps to enter the pools. The recall impacts certain above-ground pools that have been sold since 2002. The recalled pools are 48 inches or taller and have compression straps running along the outside and over the vertical support legs of the pool. The compression strap can create a foothold, giving a child another way to climb into the pool, aside from using the pool's ladder, and can thus pose a risk of drowning even when the ladder is removed, according to the companies. In a statement to ABC News, Bestway, Intex, and Polygroup said that, quote, have a shared commitment to customer safety, end quote. Quote, while most above-ground pools 48 inches or taller in height currently being sold today have already addressed this concern to ensure that these changes can be applied to all above-ground pools sold since 2002 that are 48 inches or taller in height. We are jointly announcing a voluntary recall in conjunction with the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, and Health Canada, end quote. The 3 companies said in part, quote, the safe use of our products is important to us, and we are working together to get the word out about this recall and create a seamless process for our customers to participate, end quote. Customers who have the recalled pools are advised to make sure that children cannot access the pool unattended or to drain the pool until a repair can be installed. Customers can contact Bestway, Intex, and Polygroup to get a free repair kit for the recalled pool. The repair kit includes a rope that attaches to each of the vertical support poles at ground level and wraps around the pool, which will, quote, maintain the structural integrity of the pool, end quote. After securing the rope, customers are then asked to cut and remove the compression strap from the pool. Recalled pools, which were made in China, were sold at stores across the United States, including Big Lots, BJ's, Costco, Kmart, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Sears, Target, the Home Depot, Toys R Us, and Walmart. I do believe Amazon too. Oh, okay, yeah, I say it right here. They were sold. They were also sold online at Amazon.com, Best Way USA, Intex, Fun, Sickle, and Summer Waves websites, and Wayfair.com. The recalled pools cost approximately $400 to more than $1,000, depending on the size and model of the pool and any additional accessories. A list of recalled pools is available on the CPSC website and on Best Way's website and Intex's website. And on the ABC website here where they talk about this, they leave links to all three. But wanted to talk about that because a couple of you sent me some emails on that. Like I said, I remember reading about that years ago. I mean, this has been an ongoing issue for a while. And there are photos online where you can see kids that are standing on the straps because it's so tight, the compression straps, and they can use that to like grip their feet on, and it's like, you just never know. I always say, like, don't take your eyes off your kids for a second. When they're outside, know when, if there's a pool or you ain't got a cover or nothing on it. I mean, even if you did, you should be watching your kids. I mean, all the time. It's just crazy. Also, had a blast at the Cincinnati Zoo today. Make sure you have our notification bell set on the channel here so you know exactly when we put a new video up. It's a nice, fun video. I take you along at the zoo with me. We go check out some of the animals. I'm not going to spoil any of it. No spoilers here, except for the cup I bought. So when I'm shopping at the shop tomorrow, you'll see the awesome Cincinnati Zoo cup that I bought. I love this. I absolutely love this. Also, I bought Jess something too, but you have to watch a video to find that out. Drinking Dunkin' coffee tonight. It's been a while since I've had Dunkin'. It's good stuff. Not as strong as Starbucks, but strong enough to get me through a coffee rant. Next on this list, guys, I have some pretty sad news. I was saddened to hear that Ozzy Osbourne has passed. Most of you know that I play guitar. He is the reason, his bands are the reason why I started playing guitar. Jessica actually called me today while I was filming at the Cincinnati Zoo, and she, was kind of feeling it out if I was, she wanted to make sure I knew about it. She knows how much Ozzy has meant in my life. And I will say, yes, Ozzy has in his bands, more so the guitarists that have been in his bands, Jakey Lee, Randy Rhoads, Zakk Wylde, Tony Iommi. These are the reasons why I wanted to play guitar. And I was talking to my brother for about an hour today, and he called me up, and he had heard about it, and he knew it. It affected both of us. My brother, one of the greatest drummers I've ever known. My brother is just awesome at the drums. And we grew up learning these songs. We grew up learning Black Sabbath, Ozzy songs, Crazy Train, Paranoid, Iron Man. We grew up. These were the songs, when in a time where everybody our age was playing, and he said this, in a time where everybody was playing Nirvana and some of the more newer age music, which we played a lot of Nirvana too. We were learning a lot of these really hard songs by Ozzy, and that's what made us into the musicians that we are today. And I just wanted to share my thoughts. It's very sad news today. I really, when Jess called me and told me about it, and I just kind of stood there for a couple minutes. I did. Some of my first thoughts were of my brother and us growing up in Mom's garage, playing all this music, annoying the crap out of our neighbors, and some of them loved it, some of them didn't, as long as we were done before 10 o'clock at night, we were okay. We were okay. At least that's what the cops told us. Ozzy has been in, not greatest shape for the longest time, and he had a bunch of spinal surgeries that I didn't know about. I knew he had Parkinson's, and he had just done a show. He just did a concert in London. I watched part of it on YouTube. He's sitting in a chair, excuse me. His voice was a little off, but I mean, He's 76 years old, and I gotta say, for what it was, I enjoyed it. And this was like the farewell tour with Ozzy, and Zakk Wylde was playing guitar. It was good to see him again. And these are the guys that I grew up. This is the whole reason I started playing guitar, was because of Randy Rhoads. I loved Randy Rhoads' music. It was that dark, melodic, classical. There was so much involved in that guitar work that it was just, it's what tuned me in. It was like, I have to learn how to play this kind of style of music. And my brother, a little younger than me, it was like we both felt this, and we were like, we need to learn this kind of music. We need to learn how to play this. And we would get VHS videos on Ozzy, and we would watch different videos. I know one of the greatest Ozzy videos that I've ever seen in my life that I think my dad bought for us when we were kids. It had Jake E. Lee, which most of you may not know. Jake E. Lee, he played with Ozzy for like a year. It wasn't very long. But this guy took what Randy Rhoads did and took it up to a next level. I mean, this guy he was like the Van Halen of Ozzy Osbourne's band. I mean, he was just amazing. If ever you get a chance to see it, you could probably Google Jake E. Lee, or just type in YouTube Jake E. Lee Ozzy, or Ozzy with Jake E. Lee. And the two concerts I think they were in, one of them, they're all amazing, but one of them was flat out incredible. And we would watch this video over and over and over. And me and my brother both kind of play by ear and kind of play by visual, and we were literally able to figure out how to play these songs by just watching that video. And we would watch it over and over and over. It was just mesmerizing. So just wanted to talk a little bit about Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace. The Prince of Darkness can now rest. And he's led a crazy life. There's no denying that. But he has had a big part in my life, and it was sad to hear this news. And hopefully you've already heard this news, and you're not just hearing it from me now. But it was sad. It was sad. And I'm sure Jess kind of felt bad telling me this in the middle of me doing a video, especially at the zoo, but she just she wanted to make sure that she heard, or that I heard it from her. And I'm glad she did, because when I got back in the car, it was just all over the news, and I would have heard that on talk radio. I always listen to talk radio when I'm driving. I listen to some music if I'm listening to like Pandora on my phone or something, but I usually just listen to talk radio, or I'm listening to the Reds game or something like that. But it was really sad. It was really sad, and our thoughts and prayers are with Ozzy's family and his son and daughter and Sharon, and just terrible. It's sad. There's no easy way to deal with one's passing, no matter what it is, no matter how it was caused or any of that. It's never an easy thing to deal with. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for tonight. I didn't really have too much to talk about. Just had a couple things with Ozzy. I definitely wanted to talk about that. I definitely wanted to talk about this pool thing, because just another public service announcement here from Dano. If you're going to put a pool in your backyard, and if you have a little baby, if you have a little kid that likes to climb on stuff, speaking of my brother, I remember, I'm 4 years older than my brother, and I remember when he was that young, and he would climb on everything. He would climb on everything. Perfect story, and I hope he doesn't watch this video, because he's about to get really embarrassed. If any of you live around the Cincinnati, Ohio area, there used to be a place out at Lunken Airport, which is like a private plane airport. Some public planes, but I mean, it's mostly like private jets and stuff like that. Lunken Airport used to have this area called the Land of Make-Believe. That's right. Just like Mr. Rogers, they called it the Land of Make-Believe. They would have like broken down planes, like actual planes, and fire trucks. And I think there was a tank. And then there was a train, like they had actual, like a train, and then kids could go and play on this stuff. I can't believe they got rid of this place. This was epic. It was so awesome. You could literally climb in the cockpit of a plane, like an actual, like, prop plane. There's no wires or anything. It's all broken down. But they had, like, a locomotive They had a locomotive, like the front part of an old train, like a steam engine train. Okay. Well, my brother, he had to have been like 4 or 5, he climbed to the top of this thing and he couldn't get down. He was up there and he wasn't scared or nothing. He just couldn't figure out how to get down. And, my mom, she was kind of freaking out. And I was like, well, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I didn't want to go up. I mean, it was really tall and we couldn't figure out how. And he scaled up that thing so fast, and it's like my mom, she always had like a eagle eye on us. But I mean, by the time he started climbing up this thing, it was too late. Like he was already at the top. And this good Samaritan, this guy came out of nowhere. He's like, I'll get him. And this guy climbs up this locomotive. Like, I don't even know how he did it. And he got my brother down. And I was like, man, this guy's awesome. And, but that was a lot of fun. The land of make-believe. Let me know down in the comments. If you're from Cincinnati, do you remember the land of make-believe? Let us know down below. That was a lot of fun. You could sit in a fire truck. You could sit in the driver's seat, and obviously there's no engine or any of that, but it's actually old broken down fire trucks, ambulance, all that stuff. They just threw in a field. They just had it in a field, and you could just walk around and climb on these things. It was awesome. But it was funny because my brother, he was like laughing the whole time, and it was like nothing scared him. But my point is that even for someone that is watching like an eagle, like my mom was, things can happen instantly. A kid could step on one of those straps for the pool and then just jump right in. It could be a second. It could be 1 second. So, just always pay attention to your kids. And this, these things, I'm glad that years later, at least they are like, well, okay, maybe there was another instance, or they started testing things and realized, no, we have another way to make the structure of the pool solid, and probably different, instructions on how to do that from pools from, I guess they were starting to build these this way back in 2002. Of course, the passings of what they talked about of children in this, which is horrifying, from 2007 to 2022. So I don't know if there's anything else past that. At least that's all the information that I've read. I did read from a couple sites. ABC News kind of had the best. I usually pick the one that reads the easiest so I can relate it on our channel here. But anyway, guys, that is all I got for tonight. I will, we got the zoo video coming out tomorrow. Make sure you check that out. It was a good time. I basically just vlog around the Cincinnati Zoo again. But I do. Jess couldn't come, obviously. She had to work. But it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. So come hang out with Dano tomorrow morning at the Cincinnati Zoo, and I will see you then. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.